Hello guys, welcome to this video. So in this video, we'll be looking at how to build this QR code generator kind of web application inside React.js, and this is a single page application. I'm running it on localhost. If you see, this is the application we'll be building, and we have the text area where the user will write. As you are writing, you will see the QR code will be updated with live preview. You can adjust all these properties. You can adjust the size of the QR code. You can adjust the background color as well. You can adjust the foreground color of the QR code as well. You can see that. After that, we also have the download button. So you can download this QR code as an image file. So if you click the download button, you will see the PNG file will be downloaded. So it's a simple QR code generator, and we will be using this package specifically built for React.js for generating QR codes. Just go to npmjs.com, just search for this package qrcode-react. The command is simple. Simply install this package. It's almost got 1 million weekly downloads. So all the source code of this application is given in the description of this video. So now let's get started. So let me just build a very basic React.js functional component. And for building this, we are using TailwindCSS. So I've already included the CDN of TailwindCSS. So first of all, I will just include the package here using the import statement. So QR code canvas, it will be coming from this package, which is qrcode-react. So in this way, we use the import statement to import this package. And after that, we just need to declare some state variables which will be required for this application. So first of all, the text that is used to generate the QR code. For this, we will be using this uState hook. Initial value will be giving at, let's suppose, you can give any initial value. Then we have the variable to control the size of the QR code. Again, we'll be using uState hook. Initial value will be 256. Then we will be having BG color to control the background color of the QR code. Initial value here we will be giving white here, and then we also have the variable to control the foreground color. So this will be black color. So then we will also be having a variable if you want to have margin as well. So for this we'll be having a boolean parameter. Initial value will be true. You can toggle the margin, and then we have QR code reference and QR code key as well. So these are all the variables which are needed, and then we will come to the JSX. So right here we will just give some Tailwind classes here, and after that we will have a simple h1 tag which will say QR code generator, and after that we will be having a div element. Inside this we will actually having a label which will say enter text or URL. So enter the text for your QR code, and after that you'll be having a simple input field where the user will enter the text which will be required for generating the QR code. So after this label, so basically having this input type text field, we are attaching this value here which we declared. This is actually the variable which we declared. This is the text. We are attaching it, and then we are binding this on change event handler. So whenever you change the text, this function will execute handle text change. Then we have the placeholder, and then we are attaching these Tailwind classes. So just we need to define this function here, handle text change, which will be the JavaScript function. So we will just define this function handle text change. E parameter will automatically get passed. So right here we will capture the value which is entered by the user. So we'll be simply be updating it by using the hook function set text e.target dot value. So if you refresh your application, you will actually see this. It is saying that useref is not defined. Sorry, we haven't imported useref hook. So if you now refresh your application, you will see this input field. Now, similarly, we need to declare some more fields right here for controlling the background color, foreground color as well. So just after this div here, we will have another one which will be controlling the size of the QR code. So input type range, minimum 128, maximum 512. We are again attaching this on change handle size change. So this will be a simple slider, HTML slider, which will control the size of the QR code. Then we will have two color pickers. First of all, for controlling the background color and the foreground color of the QR code. So let me just paste it. So input type color, this is for background color, this is for QR code color, and you will see. So then we also need to have a margin. If you want to add margin to your QR code, then you can have after this a checkbox here. So it will actually say whether you want to include margin or not. By default it will be checked. And lastly, we will actually display the QR code. So right here inside this div, we just add these QR code classes, this format. So inside this, we will actually use this component here, which is QR code canvas, which we already imported, and this component will take all these properties. So first of all, we need to pass the ID property. So you can give anything here, QR code, let me give, and then the key property takes QR code key, and then actually the value, the actual text which will be used to generate the QR code, then the size, and then the BG color, all these properties. That's why we declared the variables early on, so that we can dynamically pass these variables. Then we also have the level property as well of the QR code. This will be H, and there is a property include margin, so it will be a boolean parameter whether true or false. And then we lastly is reference property. So you can see we have attached all the properties right here, so we can close this element. So if you refresh now, so we just need to define all these functions one by one. So input. So first of all, for the size of this, so right here we will attach an on change event handler, which will be handle size change. So we are attaching this to the slider of the size of the QR code, Then same thing we will do for the background color as well. So we'll be attaching this on change this, and for the foreground color as well. So this will be handle foreground color change. So in this way, then same thing we need to do this for margin field as well. So if the checkbox is not ticked by the user, then we don't want to include the margin. So now we just need to define all these functions that we defined similarly. So right in the JavaScript code right here, so all the source code will be given in the description. So let me define all these four functions. So when the size changes, we actually set the size here, convert the string into number, and e.target.value. Same thing for the BG color, background color change, foreground color change, and then the margin. So if you load the page for the very first time, then here we just need to initialize this library. For initializing it, we have a hook inside React.js which is called as use effect. So this hook will execute as soon as your application loads. So right inside this, here we need to specify a key and all the parameters: text, size, BG color, foreground color, and include margin. Here we need to set the QR code key. So this will be a simple random value, and you can just set this key to be like this previous key +1. So it's just a key is a integer value. So we are setting this inside this use effect. So now if you reload this application, you will see as we are changing the sliders, you can see the QR code has been successfully generated. And so as we are changing the value here, you can see the QR code is automatically generated. And now we just need to add a download button at the bottom side so that we can download this QR code as a PNG image. So right in the JSX at the bottom side, we will add a simple button. So this button here, you can see we binded this on click listener. When you click this button, download QR code, this function will execute. So now we just need to define this function. So download QR code. So right in this function, we will export this QR code as a PNG image. For exporting this, we will actually use the canvas here. We have given this QR code an ID, which is QR code. If you closely notice in the previous step, whenever we are rendering this QR code, we given this ID. So we are just targeting this QR code by its ID, and after that it becomes very much easy. So if the canvas element is there, then we just need to use a function which is canvas to data URL. This is a function which returns the base64 code of the canvas. We are converting it to image/PNG. We'll be chaining this replace method and octet string. This is a logic here which will export the canvas to the image. Now we just need to download this as an attachment. This is really easy. We actually construct the anchor tag, and you can see we are adding it to the body dynamically. This is a file name. So if you refresh your application now, what you will see, let me just make the background color to be, sorry, we change the background color to be, so now you can see that you can change the size here. Click download and you will see your QR code will be downloaded as an image file. So in this easy way, guys, we have constructed this single page application in React.js QR code generator. You can control all the properties, color, size using these sliders. It typically works in the browser. So using this package, we used QR code dash react. All the source code will be given in the description of this video, and also check out my website freemediatools.com, which contains thousands of tools regarding audio, video and image.